Querim tomorrow night. Let's go, people. It's time to get up. My goodness.
Rowdy.
What a day. An embarrassment of riches on the program, ready to go. We got the football, we got the basketball, we got everything covered. The Windman is up early with us from Los Angeles this morning, and it begins with the beginning of the journey towards an NBA championship. Maybe another for that man. The 7-8 game in the West with Steph and the Warriors and Ja and the Grizzlies. And the first half belonged to Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets, playoff Jimmy, or play-in Jimmy.
In this case, Jimmy G Buckets. The G stands for gets. Butler had 21 in the first half. And then watch this sequence in the second quarter. We are going to count the number of feet that Steph Curry travels before making this bucket in the corner. Watch him go. He's still working. He's still working. He's going to give it up. He's going to get it back. Steph Curry, swish. 143 feet of work. Golden State up 20. But Ja's not going away. How about this off the glass, Allen?
Yeah, that's a pretty move. And watch this here, because it's not just off the glass. It's around the defender and off the glass in the finish.
Ja had 15 at the half. Just a 12-point game, so Memphis is still in it. 4.5 to go in the third. It's a 4-point game, but I want you to watch closely the right ankle of Ja Morant as he comes down. We'll show it to you here.
That's happened way too many times in his career. He's playing so great, and then an injury happens, but he would come back.
He would. He would make the foul shot. He'd sit a little. Grizzlies down 3 after 3. You see him hobbling, limping, doing what he can. He would come back in the game, and he would continue to play well. Ja Morant had a good night last night. 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Grizzlies are down a deuce. Ja would score 22. That bucket ties the game at 98. But then Steph happened, as it seems he always does. Wrist hurting him, not a problem. Steph went nuts in the fourth.
Just him finding the ability to just catch and shoot threes. He had 4 of them where he didn't even take a dribble, just catch and shoot. And you always ask yourself, how is he open? Find him.
Because he moves without the ball so well. He had 6 threes on the night, 15 points in the fourth quarter. Warriors going up by 6 on the fake here. And then the game ends on this play. The Grizzlies down 3 with 5 seconds left. They've got a chance to tie it, but they got to get it in. They got to get it in. They got to get it in. They don't get it in. Unimaginably, the 5-second violation. The worst possible mistake.
Why are you standing there? Go get the ball.
Worst possible time, and it's over. Jimmy Butler and company. Go on.
I think any team has a chance when I'm on the team, but I know that every team has a chance if Steph's on the team. So I get to play Robin. That's my Batman, and I don't know who else is. We got all the villains over there, Two-Face and Joker and Riddler, everybody else in the Western Conference. But we got a lot of games to win.
Okay, now we are talking. The Windman is up with us early. If we are making Batman and Robin conversation, I am here for it 100%. Batman is not only a superhero, he's the best superhero. I will fight anyone who says otherwise. And in this case, Steph Curry might just be the best superhero in the NBA. What did we see from that dynamic duo last night, Windy?
This was the dream that the Warriors had when they paired these guys at midseason. You saw Jimmy Butler, 36 points in the first 3 quarters of this game, attacking the basket, getting to the foul line, pressuring the defense inside and out. Then the roundhouse after the jab with Steph Curry scoring 15 in the fourth quarter, making the plays down the stretch. This is how the Warriors envision this postseason going. These two guys combined for 75 points in this game. But one of my giant takeaways, not only with the way that Butler played and attacked the rim and Steph hitting those threes, was the way Steph played on out-of-bounds plays in the final minute of this game. 2 different times with the game on the line, the Grizzlies double-teamed Steph on inbounds. Watch it. This is like Wes Welker. Watch this. Watch this. He's like, I'm going to go in and out. They were double covering him. Then he gets 2 free throws. Okay, now he's got to do this again. Louis Redick, how are you guarding this? He just goes for the post play. And then I was very confused with Steph guarding the ball on this final inbound. Watch this. He denies Ja Morant getting the ball. He's being all over the place. He's denying the inbounds on a guy 6 inches taller than him. We're going to look at the three-pointers all day long. These plays on the inbounds, just getting open because you know he's not going to miss free throws, was a difference-making performance in this game.
Boy, that is such good insight from the wingman who's up with us early here. Let's talk more about the dynamic duo. Cindy, put up A13, if you will, because, again, playoff Jimmy now being activated at the right time. I know they lost a heartbreaker in overtime on Sunday against a really good Clippers team. But in the last two games, they've gotten 30 points from both Steph and Jimmy Butler. In their first 81 games of the season, they didn't have a single night where any two players scored 30 each. So they are activating the dynamic duo at exactly the right time.
And against also a Clipper defense that is very good, a Grizzlies defense that is also very good and actually tough. And what Wendy's pointing out there, to me, it really shows you a lot about where Steph Curry is right now. At 37 years old, the energy that we just showed you on that end of the floor in defending the ball late in a game, and what was a tough game, in a game where, by the way, he ran 2.96 miles throughout this game, which is the most he has covered, most ground he has covered, distance he has covered in a game this entire season. You talk about a guy that was ready to get into the playoffs who wanted it. Steph Curry wanted it, and that's what you want there. And that's why Jimmy Butler, he also now is engaged because he sees a superstar that's raising his level, and Jimmy Butler certainly knows what that's about. So when you have two guys like that raising their level, how do you not have a belief throughout the rest of the team that this team could do something special?
Steph Curry is not climbing up the list of the greatest players of all time. He's vaulting up that list with these performances this late in his career. And so now they go on to take on the Rockets. And let's put up A16, if we will, please, because the Warriors are the 7 and the Rockets are the 2, which would suggest that Houston is the favorite, but not so fast. On ESPN Bet, the Warriors are a minus 200 favorite to win the series. It's only the second time in the last 30 years that a 7 seed is favored to beat a 2 seed. And one might argue, Windy, and it's going to sound like we're disrespecting the Rockets, and we don't mean to. This is a young, really good team. But it may be a team whose day is still out there in front of it to some degree. Some might argue that by losing on Sunday, the path for the Warriors sort of came together kind of nicely. Get out of the play-in like they did. Now you get Houston. Now on you go. Stay away from Oklahoma City. How do you think this thing shapes up for Golden State going forward, Windy?
Yeah. I would just say to the people who are interested in wagering on these 3 series we know in the West, the Lakers, Wolves, the Clippers, Nuggets, and now this series, Warriors, Rockets, I wish you luck telling me that you're going to think you see a favorite because these series are very, very tight. But if your point is that if the Warriors had a choice between choosing playing the Thunder, the Lakers, or the Rockets in the first round, or the Nuggets, who they would choose, yes, they would choose Houston. Now, I will tell you there are some worrying signs. We just showed all this data and all this running. I'm not sure this bodes super great for the Warriors. They did not get a great performance from their supporting cast last night. Also, they got pounded on the boards. They got pounded on the boards by Ivica Zubac on Sunday when they lost to the Clippers. They got pounded on the boards by Zach Edey and the Grizzlies last night. And Steven Adams and Perrin Şengün are going to come in and pound them on the boards in this series. The Rockets are also very deep, and they're going to throw guys at Steph and Jimmy and try to tire them out. They're going to need to go down their bench a little bit. And a side note from this game, Steve Kerr has abandoned Jonathan Kuminga. Didn't play him in this game. I'm not even 100% sure Kuminga had his uniform on. I was like watching this. He had a warm-up on. I'm not sure he had his uniform on. I think he was not thinking he was going to play at all. I don't know about that decision because I think they're going to need him. So I think this is going to be a huge battle for a long series.
All right, we will keep an eye on it. Your thoughts, Alan? Golden State and Houston their series starts Sunday night.
Yeah, physical, obviously, for Houston. They're going to have to be. They're going to have to manhandle them. They have size, but do they have enough offense to keep up with what Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and company can do when they're rolling?
All right, much more hoops as we go, but we are loaded up today. To the football we go next. I'm not taking a break. Don't go anywhere.
Xin chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng nhé. Vòng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là lá cọ ạ. Mọi người, hôm nay vòng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là quả cọ ạ. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm nhé. bây giờ sẽ đến màu hồng nha. Mọi người ơi, đây ba màu này. Mọi người giờ màu cam với màu tím nha. Đây là mình kết vòng nha.